Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I am going to show you how to cut and sew this skirt. It is called a 180-degree skirt, a semicircle skirt, or a half flare skirt. Let's get to it. The measurements we need are the waist measurement and then the length of the skirt, just those two. After that, the next thing is to calculate the radius. For all circle skirts, remember that we need to get the radius, right? The formula for the radius is waist measurement divided by 3.14. So for this skirt, I am going to have pockets. So that means that the front and the back is going to be separate. Here is the drawing. The top one is the front. It's going to have pocket by the sides, and then the back as well will have pockets by the sides. That means I'll need extra 1 inch on both sides, right, to join the pocket and then to join the front to the back. So I need 4 inches in total extra. Also for the back, it is going to have a zipper. So I am going to need 1 inch extra on both sides of the back in order to fix the zipper. So for the back in total, I need 4 inches extra, and for the front, I need 2 inches extra, making 6 inches. Now I am going to add the 6 inches to my waist measurement. That is 35 plus 6. That gives me 41. So the new waist measurement I'll be using is 41 inches. Now divide that by 3.14. I have 13.05 inches. That is going to be my radius. Now, to get the dimension of the fabric that you need to make this skirt, you need to add your radius to the desired length. That is radius plus DL. DL is desired length. For the length, I'll use 0.5 inch to hem the skirt and also 0.5 inch to join the band to the waist of the skirt. So I have 1 inch. 1 inch plus 41, that gives me 42 inches. Now 42 inches plus 13.05, that is 55.05. Multiply this by 2. 55.05 times 2, that is approximately 110 inches. So I need a fabric that the length is 110 inches. For the width of my skirt, I'll need 56 inches. I approximated the 55.05 inches. Remember, this is a half circle skirt and not a full skirt. If it were to be a full skirt, a full circle skirt, I would need a length of 110 inches and a width of 110 inches. Now, I'll break it down for you into yards and meters. To know how many yards you need, that will be 110 divided by 36 inches. We have 3.05 yards. Just approximate it to 3.5 yards of fabric. And if you're using meters where you are, that is 110 divided by 40. And I have 2.75 meters of fabric. And that is approximately 3 meters of fabric. For the width, remember that the width of fabrics varies. Some are 45 inches, some are 60 inches, some are even more than that. So if you have a fabric that is 45 inches wide, you have to add to the length of the fabric in order to cut the skirt. But if you have a fabric that is wide by 60 inches, like the chiffon, silk, satin, that will be just enough because 56 inches is less than 60 inches. I hope you understand the calculation. Now let's go to the cutting of the skirt. Like I explained earlier, the length of the fabric is 110. So I'll be measuring that along the selvage of the fabric, and then I'll fold it into two. The width is 60 inches for this fabric, but I need 56 inches. The width of your fabric is parallel to the selvage of the fabric. So because my table is small, I am going to use this paper to demonstrate how to fold the fabric. Let us assume that this top is the length, that is 110 inches long, right? And this is the width, that is 60 inches, right? First, fold your fabric into two. I'll fold the paper into two just like I have folded earlier. And then that means that upon folding, I have 56 inches long fabric. But for the width, I still have my 60 inches, okay? Fold it like a triangle to meet up with the selvage of the fabric, just like this. This top edge here is where I'll be measuring my radius from. My radius is 13.05 inches. So I'll just do a demo on this paper. You measure your 13.05 inches or your own radius, and then still from the top, from the edge of the fabric, you're going to measure 56 inches, which is the approximate value. Remember, it is from the edge of the fabric and not from the radius. This gives us accuracy. So here I'm just assuming figures so that I can show you what it is like. After measuring, you will realize that if you measure from your radius to the hem of the fabric, you're going to get your desired length. In my case, that is 42 inches. To cut, you're going to cut 0.5 inches above the radius. And for the hem, you're going to cut the exact measurement. Remember that we have added the sewing and the joining allowance to the length already, and that is why we are cutting on the exact measurement. So at the end of the day, this is what I will have. If you open it up, if you open up your fabric, you see this is a semicircle. Now to separate the back from the front, I'll cut open on the folded area, just like this. So I'll take this as the front and I'll take this as the back. So the front will have pockets like we illustrated on the sides, okay? The back also, remember that I'll have to cut the back into two because it is going to have a zipper. It is not an elastic band skirt. So cut it into two as well. This is what I will have. I'll have pockets by the sides. And then I'll use 1 inch at the center of the fabric to attach my zipper and to join them together. So it is 1 inch each all around, which made up the 6 inches that we added to the waist measurement. At the end of the day, I'll join it by the sides, attach the zipper, join it by the sides. So I'll have my 35-inch waist measurement. This illustration, the exact thing that I have done on this paper, I am going to do the same thing on my fabric. So here is the fabric. I have folded it like a triangle. Here is the edge of the fabric where I will start to measure my radius and the length. So here I have done the measurement. The radius 13.05, and then straight down I have my 55.05 inches on the yellow line as well. After cutting, like I mentioned earlier, when you measure from the radius down to the hem of the skirt, you're going to have your desired length. So from the radius here to the hem, I'll have 42 inches, which is the desired length of my skirt. So here I have cut it. I have also separated the fabric for the front and the back, like I illustrated using the paper. For the pockets, I folded a piece of fabric into 4. Here I measured about 8 inches, which is going to be the opening of the pocket. Then I'll place my hand this way and draw a D shape. After folding, the dimension of this fabric is about 10 by 10. That is 10 inches by 10 inches. So draw your pocket and cut it out. Here it is. I have 4 pieces for the pocket. Now from the top of the fabric, I will measure 3 inches down for the start of the pocket, and then I'll notch. Here I measured 6, but I later reduced it to 3. To fix the pocket, you're going to place it right sides facing and sew. So right sides of the pocket facing the right side of the skirt, and then you sew. After that, you top stitch on the pocket. So I'll do that for the 4 pieces of the pocket. Here's the one for the front. I have done that. You place it on top of each other, pocket to pocket, and then you're going to sew with the 1 inch allowance all around the pocket and straight down to the hem. You do the same thing for the other side, pocket to pocket, and then you sew 1 inch allowance, which we included in our calculation. In order to stabilize the elasticity of this fabric, I ironed a fusible interfacing on the zipper area. Remember, the zipper allowance is 1 inch. So I ironed the fusible interfacing on the crease that I have. And also I ironed the fusible interfacing on the band. So for the band, I have a width of 4 inches, just like this, and then I have a length of about 40 inches. Here I folded the band into 2. That gives me 2 inches after folding, and then I will pin it to the waist of the skirt up to here. I'll cut off the excess, then I will sew with a 0.5 inch allowance, and I will also overlock it. I will attach the zipper right from the band of the skirt. I do not intend to put a button or another fastener. That is why I'm attaching the zipper from the band of the skirt. I'll put a link on how to fix an invisible zipper in the description box. So after sewing the zipper to the skirt, I'll sew from the end of the zipper to the hem of the skirt. After that, I will hem the skirt all around. First I'll overlock it, then I'll fold it with 0.5, and then I'll sew. So here's the finished look of the skirt. This is the invisible zipper, as you can see. I overlocked all my sewing. This is the pocket. Here is the band. Remember I told you I was going to overlock it as well, so the inside is very neat. I do not have a lining on the skirt as a client doesn't want a lining. So here is what it looks like on the inside. Everything is neat, well overlocked. This is the zipper, the band. I cut off the excess from the zipper, and here is the hem as well. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please feel free to ask your questions. I'll try to answer them. Bye.